Sleep, known in many cultures as the brother of death. A win-win situation. The only friends with benefits relationship with dying. Humans try their whole life to master this. Art? Yeah. Art. And yet, there is one downside. I can't fucking wake up. And yes, I go to bed with my mic attached. Alright, so I just had my morning tea and now I'm about to tell you what this video is going to be about. Basically, it's going to be about Nota and I trying to find a solution for a problem that I have had for a very long time, which, as you already know, is sleeping. Or to be more accurate, waking up. I don't have any problems with sleeping. Anyway, I have missed so many things in my life because of the sleep. More casual things like friendly meetups or other fun events, to more serious things like final year exams at university, which I'm sure you can imagine are not typical things that you would miss because you are asleep, but I have. So this is how it usually happens. I set the alarm on my phone the night before, just like a normal person does, but in the morning after, I wake up only to dismiss the alarm and continue sleeping, which is what causes the problem. And the reason is that the bed is a very comfortable place and you don't really want to leave it unless you have a very good reason for it, which I usually don't. Or at least that's what I think in the morning, that I don't wake up and don't get out of the bed. So we are going to create a different type of alarm, which is a bit more fun and a bit harder to stop, and we hope that it helps with the situation. So let's see how that goes down.
Okay, look, I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably thinking, where did this asshole come from and where did the other asshole go? And I'm not going to answer that. Instead, I'm going to answer your second thought, which is probably something along the lines of, just use a normal alarm clock, like a normal person. And that doesn't really work. See, nothing really works the way it's supposed to in this world. The Capri Suns, for example, they don't fucking open when you push the straw to the point that is clearly meant for the straw to go inside. And Ali, well, Ali kinda needs an army to wake up. And believe me, I've tried many things before and none of them really work.
Morning, mate. Yeah, what's up? What? No, I'm on my way. Yeah. No, I'm stuck in traffic. See? Yeah, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Alright, cool.
So we had this brilliant idea that if a glass full of water won't wake him up, maybe some gentle music will, right?
If you really think about it, all alarm apps essentially fall into one of these three categories. First are the ones that try to wake you up with audio. These range from a soothing jazz all the way up to the voice of your parents fighting. No. What I'm asking is, how the fuck did you get my parents' voice on this alarm? Hello? Hello? The second group use a visual indicator. Each person might react to this differently though, and it might take you a while before you find the perfect light for you to wake up, but more on that later. The last group I don't get at all. You just can't stop the alarm. You have to be awake, both eyes open, one leg in the air, solving a differential equation at the same time, and even then sometimes you just can't get them to stop. Well, they all suck. So naturally, what we have to do in order to make a good one is to mash them all together. So, first of all, lights. God damn. I'm sure you have heard the old quote, let there be light. Well, if you ask me, waking up in the morning is much harder than creating a universe, and if that guy gets some lights, I will get some too. Do they wake me up, you might be wondering? They obviously don't, but they are very cool and they also distract me from the everlasting darkness that will consume us all, leaving only silence and sorrow behind. They also do this whenever you say Neil Patrick Harris. Okay, so let's get a bit technical now. There are many types of smart lights you can use. In this video, I'm going to use downlights and light strips. Now, this particular light strip that I'm going to use happens to have 8 different zones, meaning that there are 8 different parts of the light you can control their state. For example, you can say this part of the light should be pink, and then this part of the light should be blue, and so on. Now, the way these lights work is that they connect to your Wi-Fi and then you connect to the Wi-Fi as well and send commands to the light. Commands like turn on or turn off or set this color, etc. These lights usually have some sort of phone app with which you can control the lights, and they work in the same way that they send the command to the Wi-Fi, which will be then sent to the light and the light will apply. These apps have some built-in functions and light effects as well, which is very nice, but they don't help us in our scenario because first of all, we need some light effects that they don't have, and second of all, we need to be able to control the lights programmatically for our alarm. We can't use our phone and this app whenever we need to make a change to the light. Hence, we need to create our own app which will have the light effects that we want and controls the light according to the alarm's state. We will create it using Python. So let's begin by defining 3 light effects for our alarm. And voila! Here are our light effects. If you want to read the code for some reason, press pause and have a look, but I'm not gonna explain it here. I'm gonna just show you what they do with the light. This part finds the light on the Wi-Fi. This is our first effect, which is blinking, and this is how it looks. This is our second effect, which is wave, and this is how this one looks. And this last one is, look, I don't want to judge anyone here, but depending on your past, you may find this one very useful to get you alert. The next thing to do is making the actual alarm that goes off on the time you set. So I just wrote a fair amount of code for the actual alarm and it's time to test it now. I've set the alarm to go off at 2:19 and yes, it's 2 AM and I'm still working on this video. So let's just wait for 9, 8, I'm not gonna count down. Please work. Nothing. Damn, oh, it's working. Nice. It's the sound of success. Alright, so that worked. And in case you are wondering, what that song was, it's only the best song ever.
So, pretty cool stuff, right? Well, not really. See, right now, everything is just fixed, and fixed backwards is just Dixif, and that's just pure nonsense, and we can't have that in the project. So what we need to do right now is set up an interface where we can set the alarm's time and music the way we want it, instead of just, hard coding everything in the program. And there are 2 very good reasons why I decided to use Django for this job. Number 1 is that I'm not really a smart person, and I usually forget things. Number 2. So I created this Django web app, and I know it's not the prettiest thing, but neither am I really. And what matters is the beauty on the inside. And the beauty on the inside here is what allows us to set the time, the music, the duration, and even the light effects of our choice. And also the music here can be like any YouTube link you want. As soon as we press create alarm here, it just gets all of this data and stores them in a JSON file. What happens next is that the local Python script where Ali was working on earlier will ask our web server for this data and it will serve them to it.
Perfect. There is only one more thing. Since this whole video is about sleep, it would be quite ironic if I kept my laptop awake at all times only to wake me up. And I'm sure the robots would remember this when they rise up. So we gotta use something else. Something that it's kinda its job to be awake all the time. This is what I'm talking about. It's a microprocessor and it's called Raspberry Pi. Okay, so there isn't really a lot of explanations here. I just copied all of the code to the Raspberry Pi and I set the alarm for 1:30 to test it. It's 10 seconds from now and yes, it's been almost 24 hours since the last time I tested the alarm and yep. So let's see how that goes down. Okay, so the light is going on but the music isn't playing. Look like I don't know why I checked behind the laptop as if the Raspberry could have gone missing. So there is a downside of using the Raspberry Pi, and that's it doesn't have speakers. And I don't have any speakers either. But I can get some and connect them. I know he has speakers in his room, so what's this? Speakers. Speakers! I have to fuck this shit. Yeah, of course you have your headphones on. Hey man, what's up? I'm just gonna take these speakers and here we go. So now we have speakers. Alright, so I just connected the speakers to the Raspberry Pi and the problem is solved now. So this is our website and I'm going to set an alarm for, what time is it now? 6:27. I'm going to set it for 6:28. And the music is going to be our favorite one. The duration is going to be 1 minute and the effect is going to be cops, create alarm, and we wait for 3 seconds. Let me show you the lights on the speakers ready for the alarm. Nice. Now I can actually increase the volume for you as well if I, yeah. Okay, so maybe they don't have the best sound quality, but they do the job. Okay, this is good enough. I mean, it still doesn't wake me up, but at least it looks cool and I can now go back to sleep every day smiling and knowing that not even the combination of all the shitty alarms in the world can wake me up. We can go one step further though. I can tell my alarm when I'm going to bed and it can calculate my sleep cycles and try to wake me up at the end of one instead of in the middle. Let me show you what I mean. As you already know, humans go through several sleep cycles when they sleep, each cycle lasting 90 minutes. Now, when you wake up in the middle of some cycle, you may feel a bit of headache or feel you are still tired, and in general, it's not pleasant. Therefore, we want our alarm to check the sleep cycle you are currently in, and if it is not completed yet, pushes the alarm to its end so we can wake up feeling like it's a good day. So I just added this little button here. Whenever you click on this, it will save the time you have gone to bed. I also made some changes to the Python code on the Raspberry Pi so that whenever it wants to fire an alarm, it checks for the time you have said you are going to bed, and if it is still in the middle of some sleep cycle, it will postpone the alarm to the end of it. Now it's time for setting an alarm and do one last test. So let's see what time it is now. It's 11:20, so I will set the alarm for 11:45. With some music and the duration should be like 2 minutes. That should be good. Create alarm. Now I click on this going to bed button so it knows that I went to bed at what time is it? 11:21. Now when it's 11:45, the Python code will know that I went to bed at 11:21 and it will assume that I will fall asleep 15 minutes after that, which would be 11:36. Now 11:36 to 11:45, is that a complete sleep cycle? It is not. So it will wait for 90 minutes after 11:36, which will be 1:06 in the morning. Now I'm gonna leave everything here and go set up the lights and everything else. I will come back at 1:06 and record the video of how the alarm will work. So see you then. So that's me in the bed and this is our final test for the alarm. We will leave the alarm at this state for now, but we will come back to it in future, making it smarter and smarter and smarter. Finally, if you like this video, there's a like button for it. If you want to see more videos like this, there's a subscribe button for this. If you have a comment you want to share with others, there's a comment section designed for it. So everything is set and I will hope to see you soon.